The MMD Roof Spoiler in matte black will be a very unique exterior modification for those S197 Coupe owners out there looking to spice up a not so common area, the roofline. Now the roof spoiler will add a little something extra visually, but without the need for any drilling or permanent modification for around that $200 price point. And because there is no craziness needed for the installation, expect a very simple 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter with a little bit more detail to come later in the video. Now for the few owners out there who maybe aren't aware, MMD does make a wide variety of styling parts for just about every generation out there, ranging from mild to wild and everything in between. And if I had to say, the roof spoiler here is gonna land somewhere right in the middle. And as I did point out earlier, this is a pretty interesting mod and something you don't typically see with a lot of Mustangs out there, which I kinda like. Listen, it's getting harder and harder to stand out in the Mustang world, but products like this from MMD will certainly help you achieve that. So what is this thing all about? Well, what the roof spoiler will do is help extend the roofline of your S197 slightly and introduce the slightest bit of angle, but without being terribly crazy or over the top. In fact, speaking of angle, I actually saw this thing while installed on our car with a GT500 style spoiler, and the angles were very similar, and in my opinion, it worked really well together. But great time to remind you guys to check out those customer submitted images if you haven't already done so, because I noticed a lot of guys out there rocking different spoilers, but with the MMD roof spoiler in place. And basically it'll be a better idea, or give you a better idea of how this thing might look when installed on your own ride. Now, as far as construction of the roof spoiler goes, well, things are pretty simple overall. You're looking at vacuum formed ABS plastic for the build itself, and then finally that matte black finish, which I will admit looks pretty sharp overall. However, it is worth mentioning that MMD does also offer this thing in a carbon fiber construction, which looks awesome, but as you might imagine, you're gonna be paying a little bit more for that. In fact, just shy of 300 bucks compared to the $200 option in matte black that we have here. Now, I also want to point out that when installed, the MMD roof spoiler will not affect rear visibility out of the rear window or the rear view mirror when installed. And again, that's something that you guys might be concerned about watching at home, but don't be, because again, it is not an issue with this part. But aside from that, guys, the 3M tape has already been pre-installed on the back, making the install that much easier. And to give you a better idea of what's expected with this job, here's one of our AM techs with a walkthrough.
All right, guys, this is an easy peel and stick job. We just have to make sure our windshield is nice and clean, free of any debris or grime. So we're gonna wipe it down with the included alcohol prep pads to make sure we have a nice clean surface to work with. All right, now that our windshield is wiped down, it's all nice and clean, we're gonna go ahead and apply our adhesion promoter. It's this little yellow pad here that's included with the kit as well. That's gonna make sure your 3M tape adheres correctly and it's not gonna fall off later on down the road. All right, now that our windshield is all prepped, it's time for us to apply our spoiler. Now, it's already got the 3M tape installed on the back here. What you wanna do is peel off both far ends of it and apply those, line them up on either side of the windshield, and then you're gonna peel these guys off and you're gonna let the top piece here apply last. Now your 3M should have adhered pretty easily thanks to that promoter and those prep pads, but I'd still wait at least an hour or two before you go on a drive, and then I'd definitely wait at least a day or so before you take this thing for a wash.
So wrapping this one up, guys, if you're looking for a unique and relatively inexpensive way to add some custom styling to your S197 Coupe, be sure to check out an MMD roof spoiler right here at AmericanMuscle.com.